The Nimbus is in the shop. So you might be wondering, should you buy or trade for the Nimbus? And that's the question we're going to be answering in today's video. So I actually happen to have all of the items already, except for the decal, and I'm not buying it just for the decal because that's Nimbus specific. So I'll show you all these other items though. So disclaimer, I've played this car a lot. I like this car a lot. So I'll try and be as impartial as I can, but just know that there is that sort of bias there. So we'll start with one of the Nimbus's more unique features, and that is the fact that it actually matches certain parts of the car. So these three, the cockpit, the front lights, and then the side lights here. It matches those to the secondary color. So whatever you set the secondary color is what those lights will be. And in fact, you can actually also like kind of turn them off by setting it to black, although the lines are still there on the side. So it kind of looks like a decal almost. But yeah, you can set those to any color, and that's actually pretty unique among non-Rocket Pass cars. And actually when the Nimbus came out, there was no Rocket Pass cars that did this either. So pretty cool, pretty unique. The other thing that's unique about the visuals of this car is the decals that it comes with by default. It doesn't come with the basic like stripes and flames and lightning. There's stripes, but all the other decals are like really weird and unique. Like this is kind of almost flames, but it's so different. And then there's like this one that's super techy. Yeah, there's a lot of like unique decals that come with it, and we'll play with some of these. So the other thing that comes default with this car is the engine sound. It's like a really aggressive supercar. It's pretty cool. So you're probably wondering, what hitbox is the Nimbus? It is actually the hybrid hitbox, which is the bulkiest hitbox. And that means that if you are used to using like, say, the Skyline or the X-Devil or the Venom, or even actually the Endo too, this car will feel fairly familiar to you because all of them share the hitbox. So the first thing that you'll probably notice about this car is how big it is, like in terms of feel. It's a very big car. Like the hybrid hitbox is a bulky hitbox, like I said, but the Nimbus, even among the hybrid hitboxes, feels bulky just because of how the hitbox is placed relative to the visual of the car. So that definitely is going to affect all the 4 areas that we usually test in these. So what we do is we usually test 50-50s, dribbles, power shots, and aerials. So that's what we're going to be mainly paying attention to and seeing like how the Nimbus performs in each of those areas. One thing is power shots tend to feel really good in this car. And I don't know if it's because it's a big car that it just feels easier to like get really strong hits, or if it's maybe because the nose is really nice. Not sure. Oops. Well, let's see if we can get a little tap. Yeah. Boom. Power shot. Oh, he got me. He got me good. Oh, man. $50-50s in this car, it's kind of a split thing for me because it's big, which is usually good. But, ooh. Power shot? Not really. Oh, but good enough. 50-50s, like, it's nice to feel like larger than them, because usually that means that you're going to be able to redirect it the way that you want rather than the way they want, like that. But sometimes, because of that whole like the car being physically taller than it looks, sometimes that can kind of mess your 50-50s up, where you don't think that the car is going to hit the ball and it kind of does, and you're not ready for it. So the largeness of the car can kind of work against you in those scenarios. Yeah, see there, I thought I was going to get the ball on top of my car. But that really, really tall hood is just, it's a little bit tricky. At first, anyway. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a miss. Yeah, once again, the 50-50 works in my favor just purely because I'm big. Alright, I'm gonna try and dribble, but yeah, I couldn't get it on top of my car in time. That's definitely the trade-off with big cars for sure. Boom! That's probably top corner, right? Yeah. Yeah, power shots just, they feel great in this car. It's probably one of my favorite things to do in this car. Personally. Oh, wow. He almost saved that. Aw. Let's see if we can get back to it quick. Oh, nice. Ah! Oh, he probably thinks I'm toxic, but I actually just missed. So power shots, great. Dribbles, meh. Although once you get it on top of your car, it's actually pretty nice. So it's kind of like half and half. So that's 2 out of the 4. So let's swap decals before we go into training. We usually go into training after the first match. What should we do? Let's do this weird one. This is very unique. So I always show this trick in these car review videos, but you can actually go into free play and see how the physical hitbox matches up with the visual. So if you just pop the car onto any of its side, you can see like how much it's floating above the ground or clipping into the ground. So where it collides with the ground is the physical hitbox. So you can see that the physical hitbox, it's slightly floating, which means that the physical hitbox is a little bit further out than the visual hitbox. The crazy thing about this car is that the nose is surprisingly good. Like, it hardly goes into the ground at all. Usually noses tend to go into the ground a fair bit, but this one, like, it has a really, really long hood, and it, like, does not go into the ground at all. The trade-off for that is you go to the back, and, like, all of it goes in. Like, the spoiler is, like, almost 100% in. It's pretty much just, it goes all the way into the wheels. But, yeah. Here's where you can see the real bigness of the car. Like, the bunny is like not even clipping into the ground. Like that's how tall the car is. And that's why it feels so big. Oh, perfect. A futuristic map for a futuristic car. So let's try and pay attention to the other 2 aspects, the 50-50s and aerials. Yep, I kind of thought a 50-50 might be coming there. Another one? Ah, I was too far away. I think he's got me. Oh, he messed it up. Did he? He did. There we go. Might have a chance for an aerial here. Oh man, the bigness of the car definitely helped out there. Oh, another aerial. I feel like I never get chances to aerial in game. Oh, I missed. That's why I don't aerial. I'm bad at it. Ha! Just in time for the boost to spawn. Oh, that's not where I wanted that to go. I tried to get it around him there and it just did not work. Alright. Oh, I missed my flip. I waited too long. Might have been a goal, actually. Oh, that was a good 50 by him. Now, that was kind of an instance where the hitbox sort of worked against me. Oh. Power shot. Yeah. Because the hitbox was so big, I ended up like going into the 50-50 before I was like ready to. Because the nose is just so long. There we go. That was a decent one. I was actually trying to flip towards the ball and I just totally whiffed. Oh, you know, something else I should mention. So I said you can either buy it in the shop or you can trade for it. So if you have spent at least $5 in the item shop or the rocket pass, or the, you know, the equivalent of $5, whatever. Oh no, you got me good. Ooh, that was close. So if you spent at least that much, or you bought the actual game before it became free to play, then you're able to trade. And that means that if you find, like on a trading site or something, somebody that's selling a Nimbus, you can trade it for in-game items or potentially credits. So the Nimbus is actually really cheap right now, which is because it's been out for a really long time. I think on PC it was 50 to 70 credits, and I even saw a trade that was like as low as 40. So kind of seems like, ooh, that's a good block. Like high demand, low demand, high supply kind of situation, which is good for you if you're trying to trade for it. And even like the painted ones are pretty cheap. One word of warning though, if you do end up wanting to trade for this car, or anything really for that matter, my advice to you, never click on any link, ever, for any reason, ever, no matter what. That will protect you from a lot of account scams. For item scams, you kind of just have to be aware of the item prices, and then just not trade anything to anybody for nothing. Don't let people try on your items or whatever kind of nonsense they try and pull. I'll put like a trade price sheet in the description, because the prices are different depending on like which platform you're trading on. Anyway, so that's just my little spiel about trading. But yeah, it's totally plausible. It's totally plausible to get the Nimbus by trading. So it is a very viable option, and because the price is so low, it's a lot more likely that you could potentially trade items for the Nimbus instead of credits. Ooh, that was a solid 50-50. Oh, that's not where I wanted to put it. Oh, that was supposed to be a backflip. Oh man, tied game. This is pretty intense. I must say, I do have mixed feelings about the 50-50s. Oh, I couldn't get there in time. It really is nice how big the car is, but just the fact that like the top is so different, and it makes some interactions that you wouldn't quite expect. So it's not without flaws, I would say. Oh, that you can do in any car. There we go. Get a save. Try and pick up some boost pads before he attacks again. Oh dear. There we go. Now that time the big hitbox helped me out there. Ooh, that was kind of an aerial. Oh. Oh, that was close. All right, let's see if we can get an aerial to finish this off, because I feel like we got some good info on 50-50s. It's really just aerials that are sort of inconclusive at this point. Probably should be going way faster for an aerial. That was a pretty weak aerial, to be honest. I'd say aerials just felt all right. I think having a big car when you're trying to like turn around and stuff can sometimes be an issue. But it also kind of has the same upside that like power shots have, where it feels like you can kind of just hit it decently hard without too much effort. So I'd give 50/50s an all right, and aerials a pretty good. Aerials feel pretty good. Not as amazing as power shots, but pretty all right. So to recap, in my opinion, its best feature is the power shots. That's the thing I think feels the best in this car. Aerials probably second best. Third best would be 50/50s, and dribbles. The dribbles are maybe tied for third. Like once you get it on your car, it's pretty all right. But getting it on your car can sometimes be irritating just because of how tall the car is. I would say that this car is worth it if you have a more grounded, like shooting type of play style. So if you're not somebody that is necessarily aerialing all that much, you like to stay on the ground and just like boom it, you know, then you're probably the kind of person that would enjoy this car, which happens to be what I like doing. I'm a very grounded player. And so I'm really comfortable with just like using it for power shots and stuff. So that's part of the reason why I use it. Although the main reason is honestly the visuals. I think the visuals are probably one of the best features about this car. It's just super futuristic, has some really unique features with those secondary colors. And yeah, I mean, that's why I like it. But yeah, I would say if you are a grounded power shot type player, then yes, you should buy and or trade for this car. It's worth it in my opinion. So there you have it. Ooh, that was a good flick. See, once you get it on top of your car, it's not so bad. But yeah, I hope that some of that information was helpful to you in considering whether or not you should buy or trade for this car and whether or not it would be a good fit for you. I tried to give you as much information that you wouldn't normally be able to tell without buying the car yourself, you know, so hopefully that was useful. But that is going to be it from me. I'll provide those trading links in the description, both the price sheet and like the main trading site I use that's pretty good. So those are available if you want them. And yeah, that should be it. So hope you enjoyed. And thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Later.